Welcome to Project Me TV. I'm Tiffany Carter, and today I am answering the #1 question that I get asked all the time. In fact, I don't think I've ever answered this question fully before, so I'm excited to do it today. And that is, what is my morning routine? It's a very smart question that you guys ask, because when you start your morning in a certain way, it sets up your entire day. And given that I'm a self-made multimillionaire, I would want to know what my morning routine is too. I've asked my coach, who's worth $100 million, I've asked him many times, what's your morning routine? Because it changes and evolves throughout the years and different times in your life. And I always love hearing his answers, and I try to incorporate some of his answers into mine, or even looking at like the big greats, like a Tony Robbins, right? Someone who is so many levels past where I'm at in my business. I want to incorporate some of his morning habits into my life so that I can continue to up level. So this is what I'm going to do for you today. So my morning routine is based on 4 questions that I ask myself every morning. Yep, I keep it very simple. The trick is with making changes in life to keep things really simple and repetitive. This way they become a habit, they stick, and we're less likely to kind of be lazy and blow it off. If things get like too complicated for me, I'm over it. And I'm sure a lot of you are the same way. So I'm going to get right to the questions. The first thing you ask yourself when you wake up, and in a loving, kind way, not a drill sergeant way, not the way my mom woke me up when I was a kid. And the first question you ask is, what is it that would feel good and nurturing to ingest this morning? And by ingest, I mean to take in. What would feel good? What are you feeling pulled towards? Sometimes for me, for example, that's listening to an inspiring podcast or an informative podcast. Sometimes it's a guided meditation. Some people love to read in the morning, so it's taking something in the form of, inspiration or information. It can also be music. That's a great one too. The next question to ask yourself is, what would feel nurturing and good to digest, right? And for me, if you guys follow me, it's my special coffee concoction. And if you really want to know that, just put in comments below and I'll let you know everything that's in it. It's amazing. You would love it. Anyway, I digress. But what would feel good and nurturing to digest? Is it coffee? Is it lemon water? Is it a tea? Is it a full breakfast? My father, God bless him, very successful entrepreneur himself. He's from the South, and his whole thing in the morning was having a full spread breakfast, Southern style with the grits, the biscuits, the whole thing. He didn't eat lunch, but that carried him through his day and powered him through his day. So here's an example of what wouldn't work. It's not nurturing or good probably to eat a bunch of donuts. Not to say you can't treat yourself, but you kind of get what I'm saying. What would nurture you and feel good to digest in the morning? Then the third thing is, what would feel good and nurturing to share this morning? Okay, so sharing for me, I'll give examples. I love using myself as an example to help get your juices flowing. For me, it's sharing in Instagram stories. So I love being able to put out inspiring content and informative content first thing in the morning for you guys who check the gram first thing in the morning in order to, get you guys set up for your day, maybe laugh. It makes me feel good because I love teaching and sharing with you guys. Sometimes it's making coffee for my fiance. That's another form of sharing. Maybe it's cooking for someone. Maybe it's making your kids lunch or writing a little love note to someone. Some kind of sharing where you're giving out, you're putting out. Maybe it's leaving a couple extra bucks in the tip jar for the barista at Starbucks. You know what I'm saying? So it's something that feels good and nurturing to share in the morning. Not out of fear, obligation, and guilt. So you need to be careful of that. Not oh, I have to do this, or I should do this, or a good person would do this, or a good spouse would do this. Something that feels good and nurturing, okay? And the fourth and final thing is, what would feel good and nurturing to explore this morning? Explore is my fun word for daydreaming. We don't always have to be thinking, you guys. We think too much, in fact. So it's nice to just leave some space in our minds and in our lives and in our days, even if it's just for 5 minutes, just to zone out and think about whatever you want or don't think at all. Sometimes I do this with taking just a short walk around my neighborhood. And oftentimes I literally just sit in silence. And other times I do I call it just like a mundane task, laundry, organizing papers, and my brain just kind of goes all over, or, taking a shower. And my best ideas do come from the shower. So how can you explore? This allows to give your room some expansive work so you can come up with some creative ideas, and also it just lets your mind rest. So I want to know what yours are after you do this exercise, so make sure that you leave them in comments. I respond to each and every one, and I'm really excited to see your answers.